beautiful people, welcome to the How to Quarantine. Today we're gonna make a one-part mold for slip casting. You can use it afterwards for ceramic or porcelain, and we're gonna start with that. Because I really want to bring you in my daily practice, and I want to replicate some nice mugs. I will show you later how they look afterwards, this process. So let's get started. So be brave and make a mold. I will start with a clay model. Clay is gonna be easy for me because I can take it out of my mold and I can just destroy it. That's actually what I'm gonna do. Why haven't used my ceramic mug? I haven't used my mug, which are those. Yeah, you can see that. Because they are quite uneven, you see. And in this case, I would have done a 2-part mold minimum, yeah, or a 3-part, because even the bottom. So I would have thought about having 2 or 3-part mold for this one. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to take out of my plaster mold. I don't have this problem afterward, because when I slip cast my object, then I have to think that the clay body is gonna shrink inside the plaster. So I don't have that problem in the second phase. Let's think about this while you are thinking about how to replicate your object and from which material you want to start from. If you have the possibility, just do your own object out of clay or out of whatever material, so that you can actually achieve the shape that you really want. I can use something really easy as this container, and I will have it in the middle of it, yeah, and I can just pour my plaster into it. So actually I could have used something like that as well. If you don't have a container, you can use something like flexible and releasable, like PVC, with a clamp, yeah, like that. And it's gonna be as much as efficient as a container, so as you wish. I want to make sure that my piece is not moving, and I want to make sure when I release a plaster mold that everywhere is gonna be the same all around. It's gonna have the same dimension. Why is it? I need it because once I pour my clay body or my porcelain body, especially with porcelain, which is quite a diva, I want to make sure that it releases in the same time and everywhere in the same way. So if I have different dimension all around, it's not gonna work perfectly, because some parts are gonna release before other parts. So make sure you put your model directly in the center of your container. So to resume, this is what we need: plaster, in this case I use Supraduro, my model, a container or PVC, some clay that I use in order to fix my model into the container or to fix the PVC on a base. Everything is fixed so that the plaster is not gonna go everywhere. Then a container to mix water and Supraduro, and that's it. So I'm gonna mix always 2 parts of plaster with 1 part of water. This is the ratio you need to use, and I'm gonna mix this time with my hands because I don't have a lot of material. You can use a blender if you have much more material, but actually if I would have had more material, I would have had a complete other setting. So I would have used wood boards instead of a container and clamp. I'm gonna pour first the water and then the plaster. so that the plaster is gonna take all the water, and when I see that I don't have any more bubbles, then I can just start to mix it. Yes, let's go for it. First the water, and then I'm gonna put my plaster like it will be flour. Yeah. So I drop it slowly, but not too slow, as said before. And I will see it's gonna create a kind of mountain, a little mountain in the middle. I want it to soak all the water. Yeah. So here we go. Getting there. But we want more.
Like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna start to mix it with my hand. And you will see it's gonna be quite milky as consistency. And this is exactly what we want. I think it was quite slow actually. It's gonna be really fast in his warming process. So, okay. Now I'm just gonna pour on my object. Then, in order to avoid air, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shake it a little bit, my container or my board, and so that all the air is gonna go up. And this is because we don't want to have bubbles in our mold. I want it to be as even as possible. So I do this little movement in a way that all the bubbles are gonna go up, and no bubble is gonna be near my object. And this is really important for my mold, because of course I don't want to have bubbles once I form my cup. My plaster is gonna be warm, and I will feel it. Once it's warm enough that it start to cool down, then I can start to release all the PVC or my container and start to take out my shape. Okay, as I'm waiting the thermic process to finish and my mold to dry, I show you what you need next. Next, you need a plaster rasp, and this is important. This is a big lesson. You need it in order to make your corner all 45 degrees. So I want you to make this job, yeah, in every single corner of your mold. Because you want to avoid any single piece of plaster going inside your mold. This gonna destroy your porcelain slip. So please make every single corner up, down, everywhere. It's gonna need to be 45 degrees and not gonna have any residues or any possible corner to be broken inside your mold. After you do it, you are done with your job. So as you see, I have this one with me because I always keep some plastic bowls next to me, in a way that I can use any residues of plaster or material. For example, now I had it as well, and I did this. Yeah, so I can use it actually for my hand built technique, and they are quite useful. I can adapt my shape and my templates onto them and make nice bows out of it. Actually, I'll show you one I did. Series for miso, yeah. And this is hand-built technique, just coming out from this shape. As you can see, the material is gonna shrink a lot afterwards, yeah? So it's gonna be little than our first mold. So I wanna spend other 2 words about release agent. If we start with an industrial shape and actually is all even and I can make a 1-part mold out of it, I need a release agent. There are release agents already in commerce. I will put some link. The last one I took was from Cariega, and but I found quite difficult to apply it. Discover with the students that, for example, if you apply with a cotton glove, it's gonna be even on the surface of your object. Otherwise, I will suggest liquid soap. Liquid soap you find in commerce for sculpture already, or you can do by your own. Like the ratio in this case is 3-part soap and 1 part of water. So you mix it and then you just spread on the surface of your object. If we have a 2-part mold, but perhaps I'm gonna do another instructable for it, like liquid soap, and then pour the 2nd part, otherwise the plaster is gonna stick together. So before saying goodbye, I still wanted to show you I quite like them. They're quite versatile. I can play a lot with the glazing. I can play a lot with the shape as well. So I actually did a tiny version for espresso too. So if you have any inquiries about it, please just send me a private message. We can make something personalized for you, like with your own letter or the glaze you like. Guys, I think it's all for now. I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did it, please subscribe and sustain, be brave. See you for the upcoming one and see you next time. Ciao.